Did you know that Singapore, one of the world's most prosperous and modern cities, has a dark side that no one was supposed to know about? Today, we're delving deep into Singapore's hidden side, the side that's often kept in the shadows. From the country's dark past to the challenges it faces today, we'll be uncovering the truths that many people are not aware of. So if you're ready to see a different side of Singapore, then come along with us as we reveal the dark side of Singapore that no one was supposed to know. Singapore, despite being one of the wealthiest countries in the world, still struggles with a significant income gap between the rich and poor. According to Gini coefficient, which measures income inequality, Singapore ranks amongst the highest in the world with a score of 0.458 in 2021. This indicates that the country's wealth distribution is highly uneven, with a small percentage of the population holding a disproportionate amount of wealth. The issue of income inequality in Singapore is exacerbated by the high cost of living in the city-state. While on paper, salaries might look higher, the reality is that many Singaporeans struggle to afford basic necessities such as housing, healthcare, and education. The cost of housing in particular is a major burden for many families, with property prices among the highest in the world. Singapore's dependence on migrant workers is not hidden by anyone, with these workers making up a significant portion of the city-state's workforce. They work in a variety of sectors, from construction and manufacturing to domestic work and service industries. Despite the essential role they play in Singapore's economy, many of these workers are subject to exploitation and abuse. One major issue faced by migrant workers in Singapore is the practice of debt bondage. Many workers are recruited from their home countries by employment agencies that charge heavy fees for their services. These fees can take months or even years to repay and often result in workers being trapped in debt bondage with little hope of ever paying off their debts. The cruelty with migrant workers doesn't end here though, as they're also subject to poor working conditions and low wages. Many work long hours, often without rest days or even breaks, and are paid wages that are far lower than the minimum wage. They're also frequently subjected to abusive treatment by their employers, including physical and verbal abuse. At the end of the video, we'll reveal a dark side of Singapore that will leave you shocked. Singapore has a long-standing reputation for being a strict and heavily regulated society. The country's laws on freedom of speech are no exception. The government has been known to use defamation laws and other measures to silence critics, particularly those who speak out against the ruling party. In fact, Singapore is one of the few countries in the world where the government has the power to shut down websites and social media accounts without a court order. The concept of freedom of speech, independent journalism, or media can't prevail here. This has led to concerns about the country's commitment to free speech and the right to dissent. In recent years, the government has also been accused of using its power to silence political opposition and independent media. Journalists and activists who have spoken out against the government have been targeted for harassment and even imprisonment. This has led to concerns about the country's democracy and the ability of its citizens to hold their leaders accountable. Animals? Yes. Animals are also at risk in Singapore. The cruelty in Singapore doesn't only occur with human beings. There have been reports of pet shops and breeders keeping animals in cramped and unsanitary conditions with little access to food, water, or exercise. Some animals are also subjected to cruel and painful procedures such as declawing and ear cropping without proper anesthesia or pain relief. In addition, the use of live animals in traditional Chinese medicine practices such as bird's nest soup and shark fin soup is still prevalent in Singapore despite being banned in many other countries due to animal welfare concerns. These practices involve the capture and slaughter of wild animals, including endangered species, leading to devastating impacts on ecosystems and biodiversity. While the government has taken steps to improve animal welfare in recent years, including passing legislation to ban the sale of ivory and shark fin products, many animal rights activists argue that more needs to be done to protect the welfare of animals in Singapore. In conclusion, Singapore may seem like a shining example of economic success and social harmony, but as we've seen, there's a darker side to the city-state that most may not be aware of. From income inequality and migrant worker exploitation to limitations on freedom of speech and weak animal welfare laws, it's important to recognize and address these issues in order to create a more just and equitable society. Thank you all for joining us on this journey to uncover the hidden truths of Singapore.